Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. It's Vanessa here. I'm here to give you guys a brand new video. It's been a while. I committed myself to doing one video a week, and here we are. So crazy how even though we're in the pandemic, time is just shooting on by. So let's just go ahead and get started with this look. If you are already subscribed to my channel, thank you. If not, go ahead and click that subscribe button and become a part of the Vanessa Monet family. I love you guys so much, and I appreciate you for being here. I'm going to go ahead in with some cocoa butter. My skin has been feeling very dry lately, and this is what really brings it back to life. I'm really trying to commit myself to skincare, bring my skin back to life, but that just requires a lot of commitment, and I've been trying a few different things. So I do have a video coming for you guys about skincare because I do get a few of those comments. You guys should check out this Palmer's. It's really good, especially if you have marks on your skin. It kind of really, softens the skin up and lightens those dark spots over time. So I'm going to go ahead and prime. Of course, you guys know I love the e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer. I will link it in the description if you want to pick it up. It's a really good primer. It's probably one of the best primers I've used from the drugstore. And you guys know I love a good drugstore product. They did come out with different shades of this primer, so once I'm out of this, I'm going to go ahead and pick up the more yellow shade of this primer, just because I know if I probably wore a primer that's a little bit on the yellow side, it'll probably help my foundation lay a lot better in color. For me, what I like to do is wait and let that primer kind of settle in the skin, and during this time I'm going to go ahead and prime my lids with concealer. For my concealer, I'm going to be taking the Infallible Full Wear. It's like this, and I'm going to apply this directly on my lids. I do like to blend this out with a brush. This is a Morphe brush from the Jaclyn Face Brush collection, and I got it at Ulta. If this is still available, I will definitely link it in the description because it's the best brush for blending out your eyelid, as well as placing powder on the lids and under the eye whenever you set your highlight, things like that. For foundation, I'm going to pick up something I haven't picked up in a while, and that's the Fenty foundation. Can you guys see that? And I'm in the shade 370. For my foundation brush, I'm going to be using the Sigma 3D HD Kabuki brush. I'll link it in the description box as well. I'm going to use this to apply foundation. Today I'm going to go a little bit lighter on foundation because I feel like lately I've just been going too ham. Sometimes I can go overboard because I'm obsessed like that. But I like how angled this brush is. Sigma brushes are always nice. To highlight, I'm going to use the Fenty concealer in the shade 340, and I use this because it's very hydrating and beautiful when applied. You want to go ahead and let it dry for a few seconds just because it allows it to really soak into the skin. And then I like to blend out my concealer with a brush because it just makes for a full coverage application. My foundation is running a tad bit light, so I'm going to be taking the LA Girl Pro Concealer in the shade Toast. And I'm going to be applying this right on my head just to kind of add some warmth to my skin, a slight contour, not too much. And then I want to go back in with my foundation brush and kind of just glide that into my skin just to kind of bring some color back. You guys know this is the e.l.f. Flawless Face Brush, and I'm going to kind of use it to just, marinate all of those colors together so they look nice and soft. Now it's time to really set everything in place. Now when it comes to my foundation, I do like to make sure everything is set in place, so I use two powders. Of course, you guys know about baking and setting, and I kind of like to do this with a brush, especially when I'm in a rush. So that same brush that I use for my concealer, I'll go ahead and use it to set my concealer on my lids as well. This is the Huda Beauty powder in the shade Blondie. This is one of my favorite go-to powders for under my eyes and just setting the areas that are light. And I also kind of set my brows just a bit as well so that they don't move around. Notice I'm patting, you know, and this really is what locks in the makeup and keeps it flawless all day. And then I'm going to take my favorite powder of all time. This is the Sephora MicroSmooth powder in the shade Tan. Looks like this. I like to take a really big brush, and this is just a powder brush. It's a huge one. It's by BH Cosmetics. And I just use it to set everything else in place. Just to kind of go over everything, make sure everything is nice and blended out. Nothing big here, but this is how you get that flawless canvas. This powder right here, it's literally my secret weapon. Now, I'm going to pause on my foundation routine just to go ahead and throw some quick eyeshadow on my lid space. If you would like to see the step-by-step tutorial on how I use only 2 eyeshadows to complete my eyeshadow look for this video, go ahead and click that link in the cards or in the description box below. I'm also using Beautiful Lashes to complete the look. Now I'm going to go into my contour. For contour, I'm going to be going in with a powder that I haven't used in a very long time. This is the Black Radiance pressed powder in the shade Cafe. I should have got Beautiful Bronze, which is a tad bit lighter than this one, but nonetheless, it's still beautiful. I'm going to be using another Jaclyn Hill Morphe collab brush from the Face collection, and I'm going to use this to bronze the skin up. I'm going to go as light as I can go, because this shade is a little dark. Sometimes if I go a little overboard, I'll just take my foundation brush and kind of go back over it. See that? Now for today's look, I am going to skip blush and hop straight into highlight. The Maybelline Master Chrome in Molten Gold, very beautiful. Just to give myself a little highlighted glow. And this brush is also from the Jaclyn Hill Face Collection brush, set by Morphe. I got it at Ulta. It's a really good set. It's a really good set for beginners as well. As you can see today, I used 3 brushes from that collection on my face today, so that's nice. I'm pretty much just lighting up my entire face. Now because my eyes are so simple, I do want to go in with a very beautiful shade of red. So I'm highlighting to really accentuate my highlighted points because the look is really simple. Very soft and gentle. I love it. So that pretty much brought the look together. Let me go bring my braids down, kind of set the scene real quick, and I'll be back to finish off the look. Going into my full foundation routine that I've just been absolutely loving lately, as well as this very simple eyeshadow look. Literally, guys, it's so simple. When you see it, you're gonna be like, Vanessa, really? But yeah, it's very simple. I'm trying to make tutorials that are really easy for the everyday woman to wear, the everyday girl, boy, whoever you are, just to kind of glam you up a bit during this quarantine. I hope you enjoy this look. Don't forget to thumbs up this video. Don't forget to subscribe.